the question, what do we do now? Because all the time I had this vowel sequence and then I had a consonant afterwards. And now again, we had a vowel sequence, but we have already, by going through the 7 planets in a way, we have visited the whole zodiac. And we have played, or we have touched all consonants which are there. There isn't a consonant left which I could now bring. So we should ask, and the 8th is the encompassing energy. Yeah? So what do we do? What is encompassing the zodiac? What is bigger than the zodiac? And that's so nice that with eurythmy, when you want to do this, then you just can do the other thing, because that's the truth. It's always the other way around than we think. And that's why I had as a symbol today this, I brought a brooch which I made a few years ago, 15 years ago, myself. And Margalit, who was working with us on the path, also has drawn the eurythmic gesture for the sun. And this brooch is made from gold, which is also related to the sun. You find it on the replay site afterwards. And actually, the sun is there. It's a fixed star, like the stars of the zodiac. Yeah, it's not a planet. Yeah, it's a star like the stars in the zodiac. And actually, the star which brings these forces of the zodiac to Earth. It has its planets which allows the sun to modify everything. But when you look into eurythmic therapy, you speak about, or Steiner spoke, a sort of a set of how things work together. And he speaks about the building forces, then the processing forces, and the binding forces. And the building forces, they have to do with the zodiac. And the processing forces, but the building forces would be helpless without the processing forces, which are now starting to create substances, which allow the ideas of the zodiac to materialize, to make the chemistry, yeah? And then the moon forces, the binding forces, they just wrap it nicely that it becomes stable and can stay. So everything what comes down from the zodiac to Earth goes through the sun sphere. And that's why I would like to share the sun eurythmic gesture with you, and to invite you to take this along with you into the week. And again, I would like to invite you. And all gestures start from the heart. So again, arrive at your heart. And then slowly just expand one arm towards the earth, the left arm please, and the right arm towards the openness around yourself. And that's where the sun stands in between. The sun stands for opposites, yeah? But brought into relationship, brought into a vivid life relationship through the heart. And the Venus gesture we were looking at last time. You had from the heart this giving gesture of the right arm, yeah? Giving and receiving. And the left arm, just from the heart, it feels down into the earth. Then it becomes receptive and the earth is carrying up. And on this, on the surface of this globe, the arm can slowly go backwards to, where do I come from? What do I bring with myself? And then inwardly you let go into the depths again. And this circling of receiving, reflecting, or bringing your own, going into your own depths and connecting your own depths with the earth depths. And from this fruit comes about. My depths, the right memory, the earth depths, the collective memory, bear fruit, and the Venus brings it, and takes in a loving way. And if you go into the planetary system, then you have the outer planets, Saturnus, Mars and Jupiter, and the inner planets, Venus and Mercury. They belong to the inner sphere. They are the earth activists of the sun, And Mercury is similar but completely different, just opposite. Instead of moving, the left arm is pointing towards the earth. And the right arm is circling in a sphere in front of you. And then it comes down next to you. And horizontally, it moves forward again. That's the basic movement. And it's not so much loving towards the other one as the Venus did, but it's very much connected with the sphere above, with the light. And maybe even with the own light. Because that's why Steiner calls Mercury also the egotistic being. Just one aspect of it. There are many. The left arm is really hardened. Mercury can be experienced as a hardening force. And it's not stiff because I pull my muscles together, but it's unmovable. It's unmovable. Can wind everything, I can shake my body, this is nearly unmovable. And the other one just connects with the light. And in a way you let your light shine. That's still the normal way of doing it. Then you have the feeling, I ray out, I ray into the light. And maybe I receive light. Okay, let go for a while. If we deepen it a step further, in order to have the polarity of Venus, which is carried up from below, the Mercury gesture is sucked up from behind. The Venus is carried, touching what's bringing up is its soft side of the arm. If you just have your right arm in front, and maybe to have always this left arm a little bit straight, just to not lose the connection to the earth. And then maybe go a little bit forward, but then feel the space behind your head. And from here, you create an energy towards the back, and it really carries you backwards a little bit. And then you have this letting go and connect lovingly with the surface of the earth. It's the surface. Venus connects with the depths. And on this surface, yeah, you slide forward. Yeah, you try to feel what is going on. And then again, your upper shift and your space behind pulls it backwards. And then you let go. And then you touch the surface. You are the light shining on the earth. And here you go forward, you feel the depth, but it's hardened, you cannot just enter there. And when you pull again, you might notice that it might even bring you backwards. Yeah? Okay. But you stay in front. You just feel the pull, but you stay in front. I stay. I do not go backwards. I go forwards. Yeah? I'm Mercury. I want to achieve things. And even if I have to steal something, I go for it. Yeah? You get born out of what you're doing. When the arms are pulled backwards by your upper system, your body gets born. You become visible. And then let go again. Yeah? Just I pull my curtain away that you can see me. Yeah? Okay, so very polar forces. Yeah? And this hardening here is actually the energy that Earth principle is, in a way, a hardening principle. The Venus can penetrate it and make it bloom. But if you look at the Earth from the outside, as Mercury does, you just activate the hardening force and it becomes more sting. Or it's not a sting, but a piece of wood, yeah, of a construction which stands there and makes things unmovable. Okay, and the sun is now combining the best of both. So the left arm is circling, is the circling Venus arm, and the right arm is the circling Mercury arm. But please do not forget that the Venus, the circling Venus arm at the left through the heart, has this loving, giving arm invisibly there. And that the circling right arm creates the diagonal which allows the axis, the Venus arm, to really circle. There is an earth which I can sink into and go through a process. Yeah? So you have 4 arms, don't forget that. And now just feel free how it happens. Start at your heart. Feel free. One arm just goes into the Venus circling, the other one into the Mercury circling. And then 2 together make the sun, or rather think it the other way around. The 2 are 2 aspects of the sun, and feel how you sink into the earth, how you touch its surface, how the earth brings your arm up, but how the back space pulls your hands backwards, but you refuse to go backwards, you go forward. You feel your sun, and you're just there in calmness, between, in front and behind, between heaven and earth, between left and right as a human being. And then feel the stable arm at your left side to the earth. Feel your loving gesture towards the human beings, your fellow beings. And then let go. Let your hands arrive at your heart. Then let go. And now try to feel, where's my sun now? And to me it was an experience when I said, I can't feel it so much. But I know you are there. And then start slowly moving forward. And maybe you notice when you move, your sun is much, much clearer to perceive. And you can walk in your sun. And then breathe. And that's what I would like to invite you, that when you, this week, you just be and know you have a sun around yourself. You have a heart of gold. And the sun is bringing the life forces. That is the channel through which the life forces come towards you. And when you walk, just be aware that these rays are coming in, are carrying you, and you are part of them. And this might, the difference, you can, so do not try, I have to produce the sun to feel it. But it's all about perceiving the rays of the sun which carry you. Just feel carried and notice a little bit who's carrying you. Maybe it's yourself. Please sit down and relax for another minute. How do you feel now? How would you compare to how it was after the vowel exercises and now after having been working with Venus, Mercury and where they are part of the sun? And when you now think, I'm on the path, and you ask your body, do you like being on the path with me? Or how is it to be on the path? Do you feel the path? Or maybe you have better questions. Ask them.